What's up, YouTube? Trent Davis here, coming back with another video.
Different video.
A different video?
What was that?
I swear to drunk I ain't got.
A different video? Where it's a 3-year Sports Craze reunion.
Woo!
We're missing one guy.
He got married.
Big surprise.
We all got married.
Well, yeah,
A lot of things have changed in the past 3 years for me, Trent Davis, David Carty, and Riley, who thinks he knows everything Embry.
Who? Well, that's been a good video, guys.
Yeah, peace out. Peace
Life's
out.
just gotten a little more depressing.
Yeah,
a little more
it
expensive.
has.
A little more.
You imagine how what all things have changed in 3 years.
Yeah.
COVID, presidency. Let's start talking about that.
Yes.
That's gonna get some views.
I will get some
Maybe
views.
not.
Marriage, home
Marriage.
ownership.
Home ownership, kids. A lot of
Nashville.
things have changed. Jesus. God damn. Anyways, we're here to talk about football.
Who?
I don't know shit about fuck.
Me either.
But talking about college football, bowl games, have already kicked off, but we're going to talk about some more the intriguing matchups for the 2022 season. Riley, I'll go ahead and get this out the way. His Gamecocks finally beat my Tigers for the first time in 75 years, it felt like.
9?
9!
9 years?
Gonna get it out because I don't want to hear it all show.
31-30, baby!
And you act like you won the national championship.
Hey, you're only as good as your last game.
I know, our last game's pretty damn good, too.
Yeah, y'all played who? TL Hanna High School?
Yeah. North Carolina. But
Trash!
Close enough. And David's Georgia Bulldogs are on their way to possibly a
Back-to-back. They're going to win
championship.
it. They're going to win it.
God, I hope so.
God, I hope not. But anyways, so
we have to get rid of the mentality of if Williams and if their wide receiver core Alabama would have been healthier during that game, we would have lost. And that's the mentality we ran out from the original national championship. People always said.
I'm very confused.
I do.
No. From our original national championship, that one we had.
1980?
No, just this past one. They said if Alabama's wide receiver core would have been healthy, there's no way Georgia wins the game. And I feel like...
Oh, I heard that about Clemson when Alabama played them. If
Well, here's the
fucking
thing.
what's-his-face didn't get hurt.
Clemson fucking cheated to win that national championship. But, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I say, I don't bother me. I don't give a shit what they say. We still got the national championship banner. Still got the trophy and everything. Who the fuck cares what anybody else says?
Georgia won it last year. They're the best team of the Final Four. And it's not close.
It is close.
It's not
It's
close.
close. It's
So-
close, dude.
It's going to be Georgia again.
It's that same Georgia team that almost lost to Missouri and only put up 16 points against Kentucky.
Clemson lost to who in their national championship year?
Syracuse.
Mm.
No, we didn't lose.
Pitt.
Pitt.
Terrible team.
Terrible team. They weren't terrible.
They weren't good.
They were terrible.
They were 8-win team. It's not great. It's not terrible.
8-win in the ACC is a 4-win team in the SEC. But anyways, we got bowl games to pick. All right? We got bowl
I just
games.
bite my tongue on a lot of
So we
stuff.
got 3 bowl games concerning the 3 of us.
Hey, who you want to win that Tennessee Clemson game there, David? I know you, because you don't like Tennessee. I know you really don't like us either.
What bowl game is that? The loss to South Carolina Bowl?
Beamer Bowl.
The Who's Your Daddy or
Yeah, the Who's Your Daddy Bowl.
yeah. No, that's the Notre Dame South Carolina. Who's Clemson's real daddy bowl? That's the South Carolina Notre Dame game.
I'd probably have to put my hand in Tennessee's hat on that one. 'Cause,
Clemson fucking sucks!
I legitimately
Fucking Orange Bowl.
hate living here
Yeah,
because of that
trash.
reason.
It's trash. I hate living.
living here.
Yeah, because it's Clemson everywhere. I hate it.
It'd be the same thing if you're down in fucking Athens and around Athens.
That's the point. That would be great. This is hell, but it's fine.
It's hell.
I'm moving to Columbia.
That
I would never live in Columbia.
No.
Fuck that.
I
shit.
wouldn't either, but not because of the football. But
Because yeah.
it's a
Anyways.
shithole.
Yeah, it is. Anyways,
So we gonna talk about some football.
Yeah.
Florida, Oregon State. Who you got?
Florida.
I got Oregon State
By
big,
30.
big.
That game has already happened. It happened yesterday, and Oregon State whooped that ass. So now we got The Wake Forest against Missouri.
This is a good game.
ACC versus SEC. Black and gold on both ends. Who wants to go first?
Let David go first.
I think strongly I'm gonna have to go with. I mean, Wake Forest has a high-powered offense of the best we've seen for them in the last couple of years, but I don't know who's coming back.
Bach,
I
the component.
I strongly believe. I strongly believe Missouri's going to still play that strong defense. They've played very good defense this year in general. I think I'm going to give it to Missouri, but close.
Close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Sam Hartman's playing, so I'm going to
He's
go
not
with
good anyway.
Missouri. And Wake really struggled down the stretch this year. They were really good earlier in the year, lost to Clemson in overtime.
And I've won
On
one
my
game
wedding
since.
day, thank God, Clemson pulled that one out. That'd been awkward. As I was walking back down the aisle playing Tiger Rag, got really bad. But no, I like Missouri. They won a couple games in a row. Beat Arkansas last game of the regular season at home, so they got a little momentum going. Wake is just, I think they started off with 5-1, 6-1, and they had like 7 turnovers against Louisville and lost that game.
The only
Duke,
game,
and they're going downhill. I don't see Wake winning this game.
yeah, the only game that Wake won after Clemson was Syracuse, and it was close. So Wake's a decent football team for ACC standards, but they're not going to beat Missouri. Missouri's defense is too good. Missouri can run the football, and especially if Hartman doesn't play, which I don't think he is. I don't think Wake's got any choice or any choice. But they don't have a choice.
I don't have a choice to play Missouri.
They don't have any chance. Missouri's going to win. I don't think it'll be close. I think the score might be closer than the game suggests, but I think Missouri will win it handily as well.
Okay, all three on Missouri. Next, we got
SEC, baby!
Coastal versus, I'm about to say Arkansas. that'd be a bad matchup. Coastal versus East Carolina. Coastal Carolina is what I'm referring to. So, David, who you got?
I'm probably going to go Coastal. Coastal has really been in a kind of an up-and-coming team these last few years for their division anyway. But East Carolina has their moments, but they're pretty up and down. So I think I'm going with Coastal Carolina just because of consistency over the past few years. I think they're going to have a fairly good team for the bowl game. So I go Coastal probably about 14.
Not so fast, my friend.
So fast!
Give me East Carolina. Coastal's losing Grayson McCall, their quarterback, and they lost their coach. Their team's done. They got schwacked by Troy in the championship game.
45-20.
It was bad. Like yeah, it was bad. They were up like 31-0 in the beginning of the second quarter. It was bad. East Carolina's a lot more better football team overall.
A lot more better. It's good English.
It is a lot more better.
It's a Clemson education for you.
Yeah, it is. Now East Carolina plays in a tougher conference in the AAC. Better team, better players. They got the quarterback. They got their coach. Give me East Carolina. Give me the Pirates.
I agree. I've got East Carolina too, and I got them big. I don't think it'll be a close game. As you said, Grayson's not playing. Their coach is gone. They've got no reason to play in this game. East Carolina, I don't think anybody that I've heard of is holding out to this game. They're better. I think if everybody played, I think East Carolina still wins this game.
It'd be closer though.
But I definitely I don't see Coastal having a chance in this game really. I think East Carolina wins big. They're like I said, they're the better team every day of the week in my opinion, and Coastal's going to be shorthanded. So East Carolina big.
Yep. All right, we got. This is not a typo. Typo. Kansas versus
Who?
Arkansas. Kansas made a bowl game.
That's
It's crazy.
what year is this?
Yeah, for real. 2007 again. Yeah, who you got in this one, David?
Trying to see make sure we got some.
It's not difficult.
It's not difficult, but I didn't know if Jefferson was playing or not.
It doesn't matter.
A little bit. Give me Arkansas. I think both teams have been decent but mediocre at the same time this year. Very excited for Kansas. I don't think I've ever seen Kansas make a bowl game where I've actually paid attention. So
They were good when we were in elementary school.
yeah, because I was really paying attention then. I don't think I was.
They about made the national championship game.
I think I'll give me Arkansas, and that is legitimately just because of ESPN. So
Is Jefferson playing?
let me see. Let's find out. Let's find out.
I heard he was, and I heard he wasn't.
Me too.
I don't think it matters.
It doesn't.
I'm going to take Arkansas, and I'm going to take them pretty handily. Kansas was a nice little story to start the year off. They beat They beat Rutgers, I think. They beat another decent little team. Started off 5-0, I think. Then TCU came to town and almost won that game, but their quarterback getting hurt really derailed their season. I forgot his name, who their quarterback was. They got hurt. He was really good earlier in the year, but they really went downhill since he got hurt, and I think they went on like 1-6 their last 7 games. So they're really cold. They're lucky to make a bowl game. Arkansas 6-6 as well, but they play in a better conference. The SEC is better than the Big 12.
The best conference.
So I think Arkansas is way more physical. This is the most physical team that Kansas will see all year, even in a bowl game. I think Arkansas will just run the ball down their throats, and Kansas ain't gonna do nothing. Ain't gonna be able to do anything about it.
Ain't gonna.
So give me Arkansas.
Yeah, Kansas is allowing almost 200 yards a carry this year. Or 200 yards a carry. Goddamn. Up and down. They're running suicide. 200 yards a game.
Jefferson's playing.
Okay.
He's returning.
Yeah, so Kansas is giving up almost 200 yards on the ground.
Isn't he the one with he gets his nails done?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I think it is.
That's C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
No, I think that's him.
Because he had
fuck Utah. Not C.J. Stroud.
No, I'm not talking about that. He would
Caleb,
get it painted.
Williams.
He'd get his nails painted.
I do not know. I didn't pay attention.
Pretty sure it's
He must play
KJ
catcher.
Jefferson.
Anyways,
Okay.
what was I saying? 200 yards
200
a game.
yards a carry.
Yes, 200 yards a game. Kansas is giving up almost on the ground. Arkansas, as a Carolina fan, I know, likes to run the football. They beat our ass week 2 of the season running the football. And Kansas's defense is nowhere near as good as ours. Granted, Arkansas is not as good as they were at the beginning of the year. They've had some injuries, and they've kind of gone downhill since week 2. But I don't think it'll matter. Kansas, like you said, is lucky to be where they're at. They're going to collect their check and they're going to go home with a loss.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there'll be much competition for Arkansas.
Muschamp?
Yes.
You want him back?
Fuck 'em.
All right, next game. We got we'll do that game. All right, we'll do the Wisconsin-Oklahoma State game. What bowl was that? I've been meaning to give the name of these bowls. Guarantee Rate Bowl?
Yeah.
The Brad Keselowski
Ryan
Bowl.
Newmy.
I guarantee you
Guarantee
the rating.
Rate come back?
No.
Okay, I didn't think
No,
they
the
did.
guarantee rate. I guarantee the rate's going to be low for that viewer. Give me Wisconsin. Oklahoma
Such a
State.
comedy show. You think he's a comedian?
Oklahoma State halfway through the season after the TCU loss, they tried to come back with beating Texas and they just died. So
They died.
Yeah, I don't see
the
them.
whole team is dead on the ground.
I don't see them participating very well in the game. So give me Wisconsin. Probably a couple TDs.
Who's coaching that game?
Probably the defensive coordinator. It's been the head coach since they fired Paul Chris.
Have we been chalk yet? No, we're not
He
chalk.
picked,
He picked Coastal
he
like
picked
a
Coastal
fucking
like an
idiot.
idiot. Yeah, this game's tricky. You got kind of Wisconsin started the year off like 2-5, 1-5.
Yeah, pretty.
It's bad. They reeled off about 4 out of their last 5 or whatever to get 6-6 and get in this bowl game. Then they got Luke Fickell coming on board next year. So I think the players want to show Luke and this new coaching staff that they ready to be back on top again. The Big Ten West, which they haven't been able to do the past couple of years like they usually have been doing. So and Oklahoma State's just been going downhill spiral. Get crushed by Oklahoma when Oklahoma's been the worst they've been in a long time, and they just really have not recovered since, like you said, that TCU game. So give me Wisconsin. I think it's got more to play for, and they just got a little bit more momentum going into this game.
You guys are probably right. Wisconsin probably win this football game, but I'm just gonna pick Oklahoma State on this
And
one.
Spencer Sanders is not playing. He's transferring.
Is he not? Well, okay, Wisconsin.
Oh, no, you already said it. No,
I didn't know he wasn't playing.
He's transferring.
He's not that good to begin with, but
Isn't that his name? Spencer?
yes.
You can't change your pick. I shouldn't have said nothing.
Anyways, it's still going to be a close game. Neither of these teams are very good, but I think Wisconsin, especially Sanders isn't playing. I think they're going to run the football like they always do. Like you said, Fickle's coming in and is going to try to turn that program back into what it used to be, which was a Big Ten championship every year kind of team. And I think he will. It's going to take some time, but I think he will up there in Wisconsin. But they've got, some running backs that are really good. Their quarterback's decent, doesn't turn the ball over a lot. It's a toss-up game. It wouldn't surprise me if Oklahoma State won, but Wisconsin's the better team, especially if Oklahoma State's quarterback's not playing, which he isn't. So Wisconsin should win this football game. They're playing at 10:15 Eastern time. It'll be a late one. I'll probably be asleep. But, yeah, give me Wisconsin. Go Badgers.
All right. Next game we got.
I had some shit to say real quick. Hold on. I'm a man! I'm 40!
And I'm going to lose!
And they gonna lose.
All right, the Cheez-It Bowl is next. We're the
cheesiest! Oklahoma.
This is the most weird bowl game. I think it's on this list. Oklahoma, 6-6 team. Pretty bad all years. Beat.
To me, this is the easiest game.
Yeah, and Florida State, 9-win football team. Great football team in my opinion. One of the most underrated teams in the country. Had a couple close losses to Clemson and to Wake Forest, and then lost to somebody else. I can't remember who it was, but might have been NC State. But this is a weird game, weird matchup to put them in. Who do you got in this one there, David?
Florida State. No. Oklahoma is
not good.
No, they're not. But I'll give them the upswing there towards the end of their season. But Florida State's playing pretty good football, and even if they have some whatever opt-outs they have going on, I think they're going to prove that they're at least, if not the first, if the second best team in the ACC. So I think Florida State plays with some aggression, some positivity, and I give them a close game, but I think Florida State's going to pull it out.
Okay. Florida State, all you need to know, Jordan Travis. That's all you need to know.
Never heard of him.
That's all you need to know. This dude is a really good football player, great quarterback. The only problem he has is he makes some questionable decisions every now and then.
Dude, he has 4 picks all year.
I've watched a lot of Florida State games.
He's got 22 touchdowns and 4 picks.
There's a lot of times should have been picked. I'm just gonna say that. But anyways, he's still a great football player. And Florida State's easily the most talented team here. Oklahoma's just happy to make a ball game after the way their season looked like it was going. They beat Oklahoma State handily. That's probably the highlight of their season because this ain't going to be a highlight. It's going to be a bad light, low light for them. So give me Florida State. I think it'll be a little bit closer just because you get these weird bowl matchups with a team that's going to be way favored. Everybody's saying they're going to blow them out, and usually the other team comes and plays with quite a bit of intensity. And Brent Venables will have his team ready. It's just I don't think they have enough talent to beat Florida State to give me Florida State.
I think it's completely the opposite of what you just said. I think they have enough talent. I think Brent Venables is not a good head coach.
After you said last year you're
he's
losing
head coach
your head
of the football
coach.
team.
You're losing your head coach.
Okay, he's a good coach. He just takes some time to
That's what I'm saying.
In order down there in Oklahoma.
The talent.
Oklahoma's got 6 opt-outs compared to Florida State's 1.
But half of his team went to the transfer portal.
Is Gabriel playing?
Dylan Gabriel?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
He's a better quarterback than Travis.
No, the fuck
he is. He is. He's better. He's a more talented football player.
I'm better
than Jordan Travis. But with that being said, Florida State, yeah, that too. Florida State is going to win this game. They are the more talented football team. They are the better coach football team. I think they are the best team in the ACC. Granted, they should have played Clemson, and that's why Clemson's doing that, or the ACC's doing that bullshit. They're getting rid of their fucking divisions because they should have played Clemson in the ACC championship.
No, it still would have mattered.
Because
North Carolina would have still been in.
Anyways, they're better than North Carolina. They're better than NC
I'm not
State.
arguing that.
They're better than Miami. They're better than everybody. They're better than Clemson. But those are the top two teams.
Not even close.
They should have won. Close. They should have beat Clemson. They should have beat NC State. They should have beat
us.
Wake Forest.
We were up 34-7.
And y'all played like shit in the second half, just like
okay. That means we should have lost the game.
Well, y'all played like shit in the second half against South Carolina.
But we lost that game.
And y'all did lose the game.
That has no comparison. Because we actually lost that game.
Florida State's going to win this game. It's not going to be close. Yeah, I mean, I got them by 20. I don't, like you said, Oklahoma's opt-outs. They're just not going to be able to compete with Florida State. Their only chance is if Dylan Gabriel throws for fucking 500 yards, which it's a possibility, but it ain't going to happen. I think Florida State dominates this game, time of possession. Their defense shuts down Oklahoma, and I think they win big.
All right, next game, we got the Alamo Bowl. This is one of the more intriguing matchups. You got Texas and Washington.
Texas is back, folks.
This is it's a toss-up right here. I have no idea.
Texas is, I think, is the better team for sure. Their list of opt-outs that I'm looking at right here is horrendous. But
he's got the opt-out list over
there. It's pretty bad. I mean, that sucker's long.
Yes.
But I'm still going to take Texas. I think Texas is going to have a better game. They've had a lot of close games this year. Washington. I'll be honest with you, I ain't watched enough Washington football, so I've seen more Texas. So I mean, and that could be I could probably shoot myself in the foot. But I'm going to take Texas. I think they're just better coached. So.
Not so fast, my friend.
God damn it, Trent!
Give me the Huskies. I like Washington in this game. 10 wins. It's a great season for Washington. I think, isn't that their coach first or second year? So he's turned that program back around to where it was back in the early 2010s when they were competing for the college football playoff. So they got good. They had a great quarterback in Michael Penix. He's playing Indiana.
Led the NCAA in passing yards this year.
Yeah, so he's a phenomenal football player. And like you said, the Texas opt-outs are a problem. You have a lot of guys that are playing in this game for Texas that have not seen a whole lot of playing time this year, and this is not a good team to be doing that against, this explosive offense in Washington. And, I like Quinn Ewers, but I don't think he's a great quarterback. He's a good, solid quarterback.
He's average at best.
But he's got the best running back in the country behind him.
No, he doesn't.
Huh?
He's not the best.
Bijan Robinson?
He's not the best running back in the country.
Who's the best running back in the country?
He plays for Kansas State, my friend.
He is pretty good. Well, he's top three running back. And I think Washington will do enough to slow him down enough, and I just don't think Quinn Ewers is going to be able to beat him down the field with his arm. So give me Washington in this game, but it's going to be close. If Texas probably had all their players, I'd probably go with Texas because I think they are more talented. But give me Washington in this game.
Yeah, so I'm pissed off because I thought you were going to go Texas and I was going Washington, and I don't think it's going to be close. I think Washington's a better football team. I think they have a better quarterback. The running back, of course, is better at Texas, but I think Washington's better in every other aspect of the game, including coaching. They're just a better football team this year. You like Ewers. I think he's average at best.
Well, I said he's a good quarterback. I don't think he's a great quarterback.
I don't think he's.
It's going to be a hell of a battle between him and
about
Arch Manning next year.
Well, see, I don't think Arch Manning's good either. I think he's a 3-star recruit with a 5-star name.
Lame.
Name.
You said lame.
Did I?
Yeah.
Anyways, Arch Manning's a 5-star recruit, or a 3-star recruit with a 5-star name.
Where are you going? We will do.
Texas always disappoints in these games. They always disappoint in these games. They never show up. Washington is going to care more about this game. Their players care more about this game, and that's evident by the opt-out list. Washington's going to show up. They're going to beat Texas, and I don't think it's going to be close.
Okay. All right.
I got to piss.
Me and Riley have agreed on every game so far. David, you're out the.
I'm gonna win.
I'm gonna win.
You're an idiot.
All right, next game we got the Duke's Mayo Bowl. Maryland and NC State. An ACC old division clash used to be before Maryland moved to the Big Ten. So David, who you got in the Mayo Bowl? David, who you got in the Mayo Bowl?
I'm thinking, man. I'm trying to give the man a piss break, so I'm just thinking NC State.
Good pick.
I don't think Maryland's got it in them anyway. The
They
only
got two
issue is who's behind Leary. Do you know who? Because Leary's opted out. He's transferred.
He's transferred. He's been
Yeah.
hurt all year.
Okay.
For half the year.
So,
Their backup's not great. They're on like their fourth string quarterback.
but Maryland's got 3 NFL draft
But he's not
players
bad.
that's left. So,
Who's winning?
17-3. Tampa Bay. Who told you? I told you! I did! Me! I'm a man!
I'm right.
give me NC State.
25!
Not close.
NC State not close. All right.
Yep.
I agree with you. I think NC State will win this game, but not because of the offense. Their defense is very good. NC State's defense is top 10 in the country, in my opinion. They got some fast linebackers. Got a great defensive line.
They're
They got
barely top 10 in the ACC.
bullshit. They're great. They're probably the best defense in the ACC. I'm not even gonna lie. So I think they'll slow down Toyola. To however you say
Toyota?
Toyota. Yeah.
Big Joe Gibbs guys.
Yeah. Slow down him and that Maryland offense.
Took up a lawyer.
And I think,
That Tua's brother, bruh.
yeah, it is. Can I get through with my damn?
No, you can't. You fucking stumbling and fumbling and
Took the bag from the stumbling.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, I got NC State in this game. I think it's gonna be a low-scoring affair. I think NC State will do enough on offense, control the clock, control the time possession, run the ball a lot, and I don't think Maryland's defense will be able to stop them as well, and just keep the ball out of their hands. And then when they get it on offense, I think NC State's defense will show out. So give me NC State in a 17-13 type of game.
I'll tell you what, Maryland is the favorite. They're a 1-point favorite, according to Vegas. I think Vegas is retarded. They got this one wrong. I think North Carolina State is the better football team. I think they have more talent. I think they have a better coaching staff. I think North Carolina wins this game. I think it'll be close because neither of these teams really put up, tons of offense. Both of these teams kind of rely on their defense and kind of slowing the game
Especially
down.
NC State after Leary got hurt.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a really boring game to watch.
Probably.
Last year's Duke Mayo Bowl was way better than this. Way better. This year's is not gonna be as good, but NC State is gonna win it. We're gonna keep the Duke's Mayonnaise Bowl trophy down here in the South. And it ain't going.
I mean, Maryland isn't too far up
It's,
north.
that's north. Fuck them damn Yankees. But I got NC State. It'll be close. It wouldn't surprise me if Maryland won, but I think NC State's a better football team. Especially if the spread really doesn't matter on the 1 point. But yeah, I mean, NC State should win this game in my opinion.
All right. Got the first of the New Year's Six bowls. We got the All-State Sugar Bowl, Alabama versus Kansas State. Who you got, David?
It's Bama. Bama's a better football team. Look, if you look at their opt-outs here, I mean, it's long compared to Kansas State, which is 0. But
I heard
these are
nobody
guys.
was opting out for
But
this game.
I'm saying, as in like their transfer portal, these guys are probably guys that just couldn't make it because I don't know who any of these guys are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Alabama's a better football team. I'm going to take Bama all day long. Kansas State had a good championship game. I think they played very well. But it's Bama, and Saban's going to make every player think that this game really matters. And I think they're going to come out, and it's going to be a slaughter. I think that Bama's up by like 30.
It's interesting because you're either going to have the Alabama type of team that showed up against Utah in the Sugar Bowl in 2008, or the Alabama team that showed up against Oklahoma in the Sugar Bowl in 2013 and you shit the bed. Or you could get the Alabama team that beat the shit out of Michigan in the fucking Outback Bowl or whatever it was a couple years ago. I think I'm going to lean more towards the shitting on Michigan type of team coming out. I think Alabama is clearly a better team, more talent, better head coach, better skill guys. It's just the fact if they really want to be there. And I think Nick Saban trying to get his team in the playoff, doing, all this, trying to get his, and it didn't happen. I think you got an angry Nick Saban and an angry Alabama football team. And they're going to show up in this game. They're going to show why, quote unquote, they should have been in the playoff, even though they shouldn't have. But they're going to beat the shit out of Kansas State. I think it's going to be a 38-10 drug fest.
Not so fast! You guys have picked the wrong team. Kansas State is going to show up and they are going to shock the world again. All right, so
I hope you're right.
Listen,
I love to see Alabama lose.
They beat TCU. All right, they played better than TCU the whole game. TCU had a chance to win because at the end Dugan showed up and put his body, heart, and mind on the line.
Duggan. Not Dugan.
Whatever the fuck.
Doom Boogie.
Yeah. Anyways, the only reason TCU had a chance in that game is because their quarterback fucking did some Tim Tebow shit. All right. Kansas State is a really good football team. They beat some decent teams, and
Tulane.
They lost to
I know Tulane's
good football teams, and they lost to Tulane like week 2. So, Kansas State is a really good football team. I don't think Alabama wants to be in the All-State Sugar Bowl.
That's what I'm worried about.
You concerned about. I think Deuce Vaughn is the best football player in the country. That mug is insane. I think he's going to run up and down on Alabama's defense. It's not been great this year. It's not been Alabama defense that we've seen in the past years. I think Kansas State's going to come out wanting to win the football game, and I think that's going to be the difference. The only thing I'll say here is if Bryce Young shows up and shows out, it's going to be bad for Kansas State because I don't think Kansas State's good enough to beat them if they both play as good as they can. I'm banking on, Alabama not really showing up, and I don't think Bryce Young's going to play all that well because I don't think he's really going to give a fuck about being in the All-State Sugar Bowl. So I got Kansas State. I got Kansas State in a close game, and they're going to win because they can run the football and keep the ball out of Bryce Young's hand.
Okay, that's interesting. Did not expect that one. Got the Music City Bowl between Iowa and Kentucky. Now you will talk about a game that's going to be hard to watch. I imagine this game is going to be really hard to watch. Who you got, David? It's a toss-up.
Give me Iowa with the upset against the SEC. I don't really have much to go off. They have a lot of injuries. But, Kentucky's just, it doesn't show half the time anyway. So Iowa can surprise a lot of teams. They've done a lot of upsets in the past. It's not technically an upset overall, but against the SEC, I'll call it one. Give me Iowa, close, field goal.
Here's the deal. Iowa's offense can't score if you left them out there by themselves. So Kentucky can score a little bit better, has a little bit better chance of scoring than Iowa's offense does. And Kentucky, a little bit more physical. But Iowa's defense is great because, Iowa's offense is very bad. And for them to still win 7 games and make a bowl game is pretty incredible. It's a shout out to that defense that Iowa's got. But I think Kentucky has a little bit more explosiveness on the offensive end, which isn't saying a whole lot. But they got Will Levis, who's a pretty good quarterback. I think he's very overrated. People saying he's top 3 quarterback. He's going to be drafted in the
first
round in the NFL draft. I wouldn't touch him if I'm being honest. But I think he's a good enough quarterback that he'll lead his team to victory here in the Music City Bowl. And Kentucky will get a very low-scoring game. They might get a touchdown or 2 on defense. Iowa could do that as well because Will does turn the ball over, throw some interceptions. He got 10 on the year, so it could go either way with that. But I'm gonna give it a low-scoring game. I'm gonna go 17-9 or something. It's gonna be pretty boring. Give me Kentucky.
Yeah, give me Kentucky as well. I think Kentucky's a better football team, straight up. They're going to be able to score a little bit better than Iowa can. Like you said, I think Iowa scored like 6 touchdowns all year. So
Their quarterback's got 5 touchdowns.
yeah, it's bad. That's just bad football. And in Kentucky, granted, they have struggled, but they were good at the beginning of the year. They've had some injuries. They lost South Carolina at home. Go Cox. They've had some tough losses. They've had some good wins. But I think that they are the more talented team. I think they're going to come out. They're going to be able to run the football like they always have. They got a better quarterback. It's going to come down to whether or not Iowa can score, which I don't think they can. So, give me Kentucky.
Didn't they lose to Vanderbilt?
No, that was Florida. Oh, they did. Oh my God, yeah, they did.
They did, but Vanderbilt's looking good this year.
Their season's over. Not
I just want to clear up
good.
the last fact that he said Kentucky good wins. Miami, Ohio.
That's a great one, man.
Florida.
They beat Florida.
Youngstown State. North Illinois.
Northern Illinois is a good football team.
They almost lost that game. Ole Miss was
good. That's a good win.
No, they lost.
No, but they lost that game.
Oh, that's a good loss.
What else? Tennessee.
Did they beat Arkansas?
Their best win is Mississippi State.
Mississippi State's a good football team.
No,
that's their best win.
Mississippi State and Louisville were their best ones.
Louisville's a good win. Louisville just beat that ass in the fucking bowl game yesterday. They beat Cincinnati's ass.
Good win. 8-4 Mississippi State. 7-5.
Now, granted, they did only keep us. They only kept us 16 points. I'll give them that.
They play well. They lose some games, but they play good football.
They played really good football against.
But Iowa, look at Iowa. I mean, Iowa's got fucking. Who did they beat this year? Nobody.
We didn't argue that. We're not saying
They
Iowa.
beat-
I know they beat fucking somebody like 7-3 off of some
They
field
beat
goals.
Wisconsin. Yippity. Purdue's won one game in the past 10 years.
They went to the Big Ten championship.
How many games did they lose? 75. They lost to Michigan by 13, which, granted, yippity, but fucking Michigan
say Iowa was
Michigan
going to the
can't
playoffs
score.
next
We
year.
didn't say Iowa had good wins. We're just trying to figure out
They beat
who
Iowa.
wins.
They lost to Iowa State 10-7. Iowa State is ass. All right, I could score on Iowa State tomorrow. Okay, they're bad. All right, Iowa has no chance of beating Kentucky. Kentucky's going to beat them by 30.
30. They ain't gonna be able to score 30.
They're going to win by 3. It's going to be a field goal. Go Wildcats.
Cotton Bowl.
All right, next
That's
on
racist.
we got the Cotton Bowl, Tulane versus USC. That's an interesting one, David.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna start down on that end. I gotta think about this one.
You going to let me go?
Yeah, you go ahead.
USC wins by 47. All right, it's not going to be close. All right, they're a way more talented football team. Tulane, it's a good story. They've lost 1 game, 2 games, but they play in the fucking
2.
They play in the 6th string fucking TL Hanna conference of whatever college football.
AAC.
The AAC is ass. Yeah, I mean Pac-12's not great. USC should have made the playoffs this year. They shit themselves towards the end of the year.
That's gross.
But USC is the better football team. They have the Heisman winner. They've got better receivers. They've got better running backs. They got better offensive line. They got a better defensive line. They got better cornerbacks. And guess what? They got better linebackers as well. They got better coaching staff. They got a better college. They got everything. Everything at USC
The
is
real
better.
USC.
They got everything that's better. Listen, South Carolina was a college before California was a state. We are the real USC, and we would beat USC if we played them. However, Tulane isn't gonna. Trojans big.
I just want to know, it's Caleb Williams. He ain't got enough fingers to put fuck
Tulane.
I don't
Why?
think fuck Tulane. No.
Do
You
they
gotta
have
an extra finger.
Do they have a abbreviation Tulane? Is it just
No, it's
Tulane?
probably just Tulane. Maybe it's TU or something. Tulane University. I have no idea.
It doesn't matter.
But not so
You're
fast,
an
my
idiot!
friend.
You're an idiot!
Give me the green wave. I like Tulane in this game. They got so much more to play for, making their first New Year's Six
You're an
game
idiot.
ever. They're coming off a big win against UCF in the conference championship game, and USC has got a lot of banged up players. Caleb Williams might or might not play in this game.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, they got all the train. Did you watch them tackling against
Dude,
Utah?
their third,
Did you see their
their
tackling
third
against
string
Utah?
quarterback would start at Tulane as a fucking freshman in high school.
No. Hey, did you watch their game against Utah? They couldn't tackle nobody. Their defense is terrible, a terrible tackling team. And Tulane will expose it. They got a great running back. He's going to break some tackles. He's going to break some big runs off. USC's defense is not good. It is not good at all. It's one of the worst defenses
It's
in the league.
Pac-12 defense.
It doesn't matter. Tulane, you're in the South. You got Louisiana boys down there. They eat corn-fed shit. They going to break some
Who has
tackles.
Tulane played this year?
Kansas State. And beat them.
They got lucky. That game was
doesn't
17-13.
It does not matter. Tulane's going to win it. They want to be there more. It matters more to them than it does USC. Caleb Williams only might not play. The whole team wanted to make the playoff. They didn't because they got shit on by Utah twice. It ain't gonna happen for them. Tulane wins this game wins the game by 20.
You're an idiot.
41-21.
You're an idiot.
41. I'd take the spread. I'd take Tulane all day.
Give me Tulane.
Yeah!
Give me
Let's
Tulane.
go!
I
talked them into it.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a last-minute field
God,
goal.
what do we get for being right at the end of this fucking bullshit?
It ain't gonna be you.
It's gonna be me. Y'all
It's gonna
motherfuckers
be
is
me.
wrong about
It's gonna
Iowa.
be
Y'all
me.
motherfuckers is wrong about
I
Tulane.
picked Kentucky.
That motherfucker's gonna be wrong every time. Tulane.
Tulane. Yeah, Tulane, close game. Close
You're
game.
an idiot.
Okay.
You're an idiot.
We got, what, Penn State, Utah next?
Never heard
on
of
the second.
On the Rose Bowl. In the Clash Coliseum. They're gonna have a football
The
game,
Clash.
and then they're gonna have race cars racing around the football stadium.
At the same damn
At the
time.
same damn time. Rose Bowl game, New Year's Day, 5 o'clock. Penn State, Utah. Who you got?
Utah big. I like what Utah plays. They're more explosive on offense. Penn State they had their chance against Ohio State, and I watched that whole game. That game was terrible. That Ohio State Penn State game was absolutely horrible to watch. But yeah, give me Utah. Utah's really made a statement on them deserving to be there. I think Utah big.
Okay. I agree. I like Utah in this game. Come off big conference championship win against USC, beat their doors off, took them out of the playoff conversation. And Cam Rising is a grown man. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch in the country. That dude plays through anything, and he's gonna try to will his team to a victory. First time I really heard about him was last year in the Rose Bowl against who was it? Ohio State. And that shootout, one of the best games of the year last year, is when I first kind of saw him play, and I was like, man, that's pretty good. And this year he's done a lot of the same. He'll have some bad games here or there, but the big games when it matters the most, this dude shows up, and that Utah defense is very good. They'll be more physical. They're more physical than Penn State.
Utah's here to stay for the next couple of years.
Utah's
they're not going anywhere.
One of my sleepers for next year. It seems like they're always a sleeper, and they lose a couple games they're not supposed to throughout the year, and they always miss the playoffs. But give me Utah in this game. I think it'll be kind of close just because it's the Rose Bowl. It's one of the biggest games. It's not a playoff game. Usually the Rose Bowl comes down to the last couple possessions, couple plays. So I think it'll be a close game, but Utah win in the end, 27-24.
I think this is the most difficult game on our list to pick. I like Penn State a lot. Other than the Ohio State game, they've been decent this year.
And they were in the game, and then they had like 2 pick sixes in a row or something, and they got out of hand.
They haven't been as bad as...
Now, they got shit on by Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan wasn't great, but they haven't been as bad as you might think. Then you look at Utah, which, Pac-12, maybe not as strong as the Big Ten, but Utah's always good. I think they're a better coached football team. I think they've got some talent on the offense. Their defense plays with a lot of heart, as you could tell in that USC game and in the Pac-12 championship. I think Utah wins this game. I won't be surprised if Penn State does win, but I think Utah, like you guys said, they're always kind of fringe playoff contenders. Penn State should be, but it just seems like under Jarrett Franklin, they're always kind of a step behind.
James Franklin.
James Franklin.
Who'd you say?
Jared Franklin.
Jarrett.
I don't know.
Dale
what the fuck
Jarrett,
that is.
baby.
But James Franklin, they're always a step behind. I think Utah wins. I think they run the football. I think they control the game with defense. I think Penn State keeps it close. But I think, like you said, Cam Rising at the end of the game kind of throws a touchdown or leads a last-second field goal drive or something like that to win the game.
Fun fact. James Franklin got stuck at the airport the other day. Guess who was there and picked him up?
Dabo Swinney.
Yes.
They probably sucked each other off.
And that's why Penn State will lose this game. Next on the list, we got... Who? Oh. I'm not saying that.
We got South Carolina versus Notre Dame.
Go Cox!
So you got Notre Dame in this game.
I'll go ahead and go. South Carolina big, baby. South Carolina big. Hammer it. It's a lock. There's no chance that Notre Dame wins this game.
That was last year.
Notre Dame, their quarterback ain't playing.
Going to draft.
That motherfucker said, I'm going to be the 35th pick in the 5th round of the draft.
Michael Mayer.
Oh, the tight end. Yeah.
No, the quarterback ain't playing.
Yeah, quarterback's not playing.
That's Michael Mayer's a tight end, dummy.
I don't remember the fucker's
Their
name.
quarterback's not good. Their quarterback's transferring.
Yeah, he's not that good, but he's better than the guy
Michael
that's behind him.
Michael Mayer's good.
Their tight end's not playing.
That's Michael Mayer.
Michael Mayer's not playing. Their defense...
Pine, my bad, Pine.
Yeah.
Their defense isn't great.
He was good against us.
All right.
Oh, he don't throw the ball.
South Carolina is on a roll, baby. All right, we have not lost a game in 3 weeks. All right, we beat Clemson. Motherfucker, 31-30. Beat the dog shit out of Tennessee. They had no chance.
I was about to say, they beat the dog shit out of us.
North Carolina. Why do I keep
North Carolina.
Get North Carolina out of your brain.
Tar Heel, baby.
Notre Dame. They do not have the offense that Tennessee has. And we're going to shut that shit down. Especially since their quarterback ain't playing. All right. And they ain't going to be able to stop us. All right. They just ain't going to be able to. All right. All of our guys on offense, other than Jaheim Bell and Marshawn Lloyd, are playing. So, which Marshawn Lloyd's been hurt all year, and Jaheim Bell's had the ball like half the time. So, we're going to beat Notre Dame. All right. It's going to be close. It's going to be close.
You just said big.
Yeah, we're gonna win big. But it's going to be close. All right. But South Carolina, we're on a roll right now. Notre Dame's kind of in that not good, not bad, middle ground. I think this game means more to us than it does to Notre Dame. Notre Dame's the favorite. We've been the underdog the past 3 weeks, or the past 2 weeks. We beat Tennessee at home. We beat Clemson on the road. Notre Dame, not as good as either of those football teams. We are not scared of them. We're going to go in there and beat the dog shit out of the Irish in the We Beat the Clemson Bowl. We are Clemson's Daddy's Bowl. Clemson can suck my dick bowl.
That's inappropriate.
Whatever you want to call it. The fuck Clemson Bowl. South Carolina wins it. And fuck Clemson. That's all I got to say.
Not so fast, my friend. I can't choose South Carolina. It's just not in my... I can't do it.
What if they were playing North Dakota State?
North Dakota State?
You're an idiot.
What
if they were playing Clemson?
Yeah. Really tough on that one.
Go Cox!
Give me Notre Dame. They're the more physical team. They run the ball down your throat, and a lot of teams have not been able to stop it. Clemson couldn't stop it. Who else they beat? North Carolina couldn't stop it.
North Carolina sucks.
Notre Dame is, I think, overall better football team. The question I have is at quarterback: who's going to play? Who's going to be the quarterback?
I know Spencer Rattler's playing.
Fuck off. I think that Notre Dame defense will make Spencer make some mistakes, like Spencer Rattler always does. It's just the fact that can Notre Dame capitalize on those mistakes? Because
Clemson capitalized on it, didn't make a difference.
If Clemson would have done a better job, other than that one pick six we had,
the one pick six.
If we'd have capitalized more and actually, kept the ball away.
He made two mistakes. He threw a pick six and he threw a pick in the end zone, and that was fucking half of your touchdowns. All right. Spencer Rattler made
30 points. That's only 7 points.
a pick six and a pick in the end zone. That's 14 points.
We didn't score on that pick. We didn't score. Dumbass. That's what I'm saying.
You're an idiot. South Carolina should have beat
What is he
Clemson.
talking about?
South Carolina should have beat Clemson by 50. All right.
I
We
can't
are
wait.
a better football team than Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's more physical. They will control the ball, control the line of scrimmage. South Carolina's defensive line isn't bad, but I think Notre Dame will do enough to win this game, even with the questions at the quarterback position. So give me the Fighting Irishman.
Not so fast!
Go Cox.
No homo! Give me them Cox, man.
I bet.
I'll give you the cock any day, David.
I think Spencer Rattler in the offense, they back half of the year, they've just synced up and just have clicked.
Yeah, they clicked.
Except
Losing
for
to
Florida.
Florida.
Except for Florida.
Losing to Florida by 30.
Except for Florida.
Look,
You see Florida the other day?
Never heard of 'em.
I think that loss is really what ignited them to rally here at the end of the season. And if Rattler continues to do what he's doing, he's going to be an issue next year for sure in South Carolina.
Yeah, for South Carolina.
But
We'll throw the,
I'll give him as much credit as this.
Fucking DJ.
As the way y'all finished the season, if
better
Georgia
than
and South Carolina were to play again today, it would be a much more competitive game than the way it was. To
Would you stop
We're
stop
top-
talking them up? Would
We're
you
a
stop
top 10
fucking doing
team
that?
right now. We're a top 10 team in the country today. Right now.
Yeah, I give you that. I give you right at 10. So yeah, give me the Cox. It's not even gonna be close. I really think it's gonna be at least a 2-touchdown game. So
Y'all are fucking idiots.
Notre Dame always shits themselves at the end of the year.
unless they're playing
Different
coach.
coach.
Yeah, different coach that coached under the last coach that also shits himself at the end of the year.
Yeah, you see them. Yeah.
Let's move on from this. Let's jump into Tennessee and Clemson.
Who?
And,
The
Go Tigers! Tigers by 50!
You're an idiot.
We don't need Miles Murphy to play. We don't need Trent Simpson to play. We gonna whoop that ass
You
and
never
show
heard
them
of
who
them
the
motherfuckers
real
anyway.
orange is.
The
Clemson
loss to
wins.
South Carolina
Cade
Bowl.
Klubnik's coming out party was against North Carolina, and it's just getting started because it's going to roll right into fucking Miami, and we're going to throw all over that Tennessee defense and whoop they ass. 49-28.
That's all you got.
That's all I got.
Tennessee is going to win this football game. SEC just means more, all right?
That's really mattered.
Listen, Clemson is probably the better football team. I'll admit that. The problem is they have a quarterback that's making his second start. And I understand you think Cade's the second coming of Jesus Christ. He isn't, but that's beside the fact, all right? He's making his second start ever. He's playing a much better team than North Carolina. Half of your team's opted out. Half of your team's transferring.
Only 2 opt-outs, dumbass.
Well, the other half are transferring. You got
8.
fucking 14 players transferring.
8,
All
and
right.
one of them was starting. That was DJ. No other player that's
Listen.
transferring has started.
All right.
Or started
So,
for a decent amount of time.
I think...
Fred Davis is fucking the worst corner we've ever had. Good riddance.
Listen.
Listen.
Tennessee's defense, while it's not great, it's good enough. And they have a much better, and I mean a much better offense than you guys have. All right? Now, I understand you think Cade's the second coming and that he's going to come out and throw the rock around, but your receivers...
I think he can. I just don't know if we'll let him do that.
Your receivers are not great.
No, they're not good.
They're not great. And when they're open, they drop balls. All right?
Yeah.
Y'all like to run the football, but we kind of showed how to stop that in the second half. All right? I think Tennessee's going to come out, and I think they win this game. I think they win by 3 or 7. I think it'll be close. I don't think...
What about 2.5?
Could be a 1.372. You never know. But I think Tennessee's going to win. A lot of people are saying that they don't have a chance because their backup quarterback's one playing. Listen, their backup quarterback is just as good as their starting quarterback. He was the starter and got benched for the backup quarterback.
And I know it was Vandy, but that was some high-power offense.
The offense is just as good.
So wait a minute. This argument that I had Alabama and Tennessee, now you're hyping the fucking quarterback up, saying that's why they should be below Alabama. But that's what y'all said why they're down, because their backup quarterback's in and not. God, y'all are fucking.
They gonna come in here and they gonna beat them. They are going to beat Clemson. This game's going to matter more to them than it does to Clemson. Clemson was a point away from being a playoff team. 1 point.
Did that affect us against North Carolina?
North Carolina is not a good football team. Tennessee is.
Nine wins is pretty damn good. You
9 wins in the ACC, bro.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. It's a Power 5 time.
All right.
Still got great players.
No, dude, they're the 5th best of the Power 5.
3 and 4 stars.
They're
Power
the
Five.
5th best of the Power 5.
He said the Power 5.
Listen, I can't talk. I'm drunk.
Trust him. Trust him.
As much as I hate Clemson,
You're an idiot.
as much as
You're
I
an idiot!
hate them,
You're an idiot.
I'm gonna hate them even more because Tennessee's winning this one.
Yes! Yes! Fuck Clemson! Fuck them all!
Y'all got quarterback questions, and you don't really need a great defense to beat Clemson this year. And I'm just saying.
I
this
give you
year.
that. I give you that.
Tennessee's defense is very mediocre, and I just think offensive wise, if I'm having to pick an offense,
Oh, I choose Tennessee's offense.
I'm picking Tennessee's offense. Now the run game, I feel like Clemson's got a better run game, but Tennessee's going to edge out. I think it's going to be a fantastic game.
I'm going to edge.
I'm thinking give me 24-21. I think it's really going to be a fantastic game. I really do. I think it's going to be a
It's going to
classic.
be that low scoring?
Yeah, I think it is. I really do because I
What
don't.
if our defense shows up?
That's my assumption.
My worry is Trent Simpson not playing. He's probably he's not our best linebacker because Barrett Carter is going to be.
You know, you're
round
really
one
at a loss
draft
because
pick.
DJ left. That's really a problem.
Yeah, that's really hold us back.
Fifth punt.
I think the one thing I will say about that is DJ was not a great. Not like I said, I've never put all the blame on DJ throughout these past 2 years, but he was a quarterback that just did not ever fit our system the way it was designed to run. You've seen Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson, Taj Boyd. They were way more mobile quarterbacks than DJ. And DJ did get, to his credit, lost about 35 pounds in this past offseason. And he ran the ball a lot better. But
And did his parents divorce during the time he was in Clemson?
I don't know.
I think there was an article about that, how during the last season his parents were going through divorce, and that can really kind of mess you up mentally.
Yeah, and I still think he's got some little bit of some mental demons. I mean, you saw North Carolina.
Yeah,
game.
he's got
The first throw was in the dirt, and then the other throw was way over his head.
He needs to restart
And,
at a whole new school.
yeah,
I think
and
that's
I
really
just-
going to be the difference.
And like I said, I don't think it's all DJ's fault why it didn't work in Clemson. I wish him the best, man. He's one of them. I know he's not one of the best players we've ever had, but
he has
the way
potential to be that.
yeah, the way he carries himself throughout this whole 2-year run with us, I respect him a lot because we had a lot of he heard from a lot of people saying bench him, bench DJ. It's DJ's fault. He sucks. All this stuff, and that can wear on a young man. At that age, and he just said all the right things. Everyone keep on grinding. I'm gonna keep on trying to get better, stuff like that, and it didn't work out. But I really respect DJ.
Well,
he reminds me a lot of Jalen Hurts at Alabama.
You got to look back to last year during his hard season. They plenty of articles. You had guys on the team. You had coaches that would say during practice he was probably the best quarterback they've ever laid their eyes on. But when the lights cut on, it's a whole different man. So I think.
And he had some good games this year.
He needs a different atmosphere.
Yeah, he had a great game against Wake Forest. He's the reason why we won that game because our secondary got torched in that game.
He started Georgia.
And NC State he played really well. Florida State he played well for the first half. Second half, the whole team kind of fell apart. But I wish the best for DJ. But I think Cade is a better quarterback for our system, and that I think you're going to see it on display. You saw it. He never started. He didn't start at North Carolina. He got thrown in. North Carolina kind of got off balance. Wasn't expecting Cade to be playing the whole game like that. But now with Cade, knowing he's number one quarterback, Cade receivers just had a little more pep in their step. So I think you'll see the full coming out party of Cade Klubnik. He will be a problem next year. He's going to be a Heisman contender if he doesn't get hurt or if anything,
You're an idiot.
How am I?
That is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. Did you just say Cade Klubnik's going to be a Heisman contender next year?
Yes.
You're an idiot.
How?
You're an idiot.
Let's see. Taj Boyd was like 5th in the Heisman in 2012.
Oh, when he threw 7 picks against South Carolina, got that shit out of there.
Deshaun Watson
Never heard of him.
finished third and second.
He should.
Trevor Lawrence.
Hey, time out. Let me say this. Deshaun Watson should have won the Heisman over fucking Lamar Jackson.
He should have.
Should have. But he likes
Trevor
touching.
Lawrence.
He's a rapist, so fuck.
Trevor Lawrence.
Never heard of him.
Three-time, no, not three-time, he wasn't in his freshman year, but sophomore, junior year, he was in the Heisman finalist. It's not like the quarterbacks do not get in the Heisman.
Yes,
They just never win it.
Cade,
I didn't say he was going to win it.
Cade is not as good as those two.
We'll see.
No,
He
I know.
showed potential.
The reason I know is because it took him till fucking the ACC championship game to get a shot.
Like you said,
Dabo
might have held on that leash with DJ too long, and I said that. I said, Cade, if you want to get Cade some playing time, you got to do it. And he never did until the ACC championship game. I think if Cade plays against South Carolina, we might be having a different
Y'all lose
conversation
by 40.
today. Okay. Anyways, I think Cade's going to be on the upswing. Clemson's going to go back to where they've been the past. Take these past 2 years out. And these past 2 years haven't been bad. It's just not what we've been accustomed to with Deshaun and Trevor. So, but we'll definitely be college football playoff contenders next year. And we're going to beat South Carolina and win the race. Book it.
I do have a question.
We're going to beat that ass, too.
You're
We're going to have some cool animations on this one?
No.
You don't put that much effort into it?
I got to work all week. I don't know when I'm going to get this thing out.
All right, let's move on, boys. We are at the playoffs. Let's start with TCU Michigan.
Was that the Fiesta Bowl?
Think so. Riley?
Michigan big. I ain't got shit to say about this game. TCU's lucky to be there. They lost their championship game. To be honest, they were the fourth best team to begin with. And they're not even the fourth best team in the country. They're just the fourth best team in the playoffs.
Nobody else wanted to take it.
Um,
And that's not their fault.
It's going to be Michigan. It's not going to be close. TCU's kind of that guy that just they got in. There's one every year that just kind of gets in. TCU was that this year. Michigan's going to beat them by 20, 30 points. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. TCU's got no shot.
It's got Notre Dame, Alabama 2013 BCS championship vibes to me. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think they've had a great year, a good Cinderella story. I'm glad to see a different team, of course, in the playoffs. But
Georgia.
they're not.
In Ohio State.
They're not the top. They're not top four best team. Now I love their quarterback.
Dogan.
Yeah, I think he was.
Eugen. Go.
Drugging.
I think if he were to transfer to a better team, he would be a Heisman.
Come to South Carolina.
He was a Heisman.
I'm talking about over and over and over. He would
Come
win
to
at
South
least
Carolina.
one or two. He would win at least one or two championships.
He'd back up Spencer around.
But yeah, Michigan big. No question. Just
Not so fast.
Uh-oh. Here you come.
Are y'all
Almost not so fast.
Are y'all
my
keeping
friend.
score of what we've picked?
No, not a
I
clue.
just remember what I picked, and we have video evidence now.
Yeah,
so.
we got video evidence. I do think Michigan will win this game, but it will be close. TCU came off a overtime loss in the conference championship to Kansas State. Michigan is not a juggernaut like everybody thinks they are. Should have lost to Illinois. They could have lost to Iowa. Like, they've had some struggle wins this year. It's not just TCU. So, and this is a big game, big atmosphere. I worry about McCarthy. This is his first time in a big, I know he beat Ohio State. That's a pretty big game. But, like, at a neutral field, playoff game, it's going to feel different. How will he play in this game? And you don't have Corum. I know they're back up. I forgot his name. He's almost just as good as Corum, but you do not have Corum. And if TCU can shut that run game down, it's going to put pressure on McCarthy to make throws down the field. And will he be able to do that? I'm not 100% sure he will be able to. And that will give TCU life. And if they can stop the running game for Michigan, I think they can hang in there and possibly win this game. But at the end of the day, I think Michigan is a more physical team. They will make Duggan make some interception or two, make him fumble the ball, get some sacks on him, strip fumble, whatever it is, and that'll seal the game. But I think it will be close. I'll say a 23-20 type of game.
I disagree with the closeness. You said, oh, it's neutral field. It's bigger. It's big as Ohio State, but the neutral field. Look, Michigan went into Ohio State's home and clapped that ass. So
The week before, they almost lost to Illinois.
I understand that, but
At home.
It's a look-ahead game.
Oh, here we go.
But Michigan's not gonna have any fear in this game.
I'm not saying they're going to
I'm
be
just
fair,
saying.
but
I'm saying
TCU's going to be ready to play.
But I think TCU is gassed. I
They
really.
got a month off, motherfucker.
I still think they're gassed. I mean, it's just. I think Michigan's.
Damn, what you running
Overall.
on? Fucking gasoline you get down at the damn
Michigan's
crack shop?
Michigan's running this game up hard.
I don't see it. I know a lot of semifinal games are blowouts a lot of the time, but I just, for some reason, this game, everybody thinks Michigan's just going to beat them handily. TCU lost. They got exposed, blah, blah, blah.
It's not an exposure. I mean,
TCU will be ready. Max Duggan will will his team.
Dugan?
Will his team to almost a win, but it won't quite be a win. Michigan is just more talented overall and have the better players. So I agree. I just think it'll be close.
all right, well,
It's not going to be close.
Let's move down to the 8 o'clock game, same day. Georgia
Who?
State.
David, who you got?
Give me Ohio State. I'm joking.
Not so fast!
Uh,
Oh, wait, you said Ohio State.
no. give me Georgia. I think it's going to be a great game, but I don't think. I think it's going to be close up until halftime, and Georgia's going to pull away. Give me Georgia kind of like 35-21. That's where I think it's going to end up. It's going to end up being like a Tennessee-Georgia game. It's going to be the same playoff. It's going to be tight up till halftime, and then it's just going to be moving on.
Was that Tennessee game close?
It was
pretty close.
It was closer at halftime, and then it was kind of.
I was at your house watching that game.
Yeah.
I was drinking.
It's like 31-16
So,
or something.
give me Georgia easily. It's not a question for me. So.
Not so fast, my friend.
You're an idiot.
Give me the Ohio State University.
You're an idiot.
C.J. Stroud.
Who?
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Who?
Whatever that guy's
It
name
will not
is.
be Ryan's day.
And Jacob was not playing.
Who?
And Jacob was not playing.
He didn't play all year. Fuck him. Ohio State.
His ass. Ryan
They
Day
got
is
skilled
ass.
players on the outside, and who has beaten out Georgia the past couple years?
Nobody.
What have they had? Skilled guys
How many
on
games
the
has Georgia
outside.
lost in the past 2 years? 0.
Alabama.
2 years we've lost 1 game. So far.
Yeah, Alabama.
They lost a game last year?
To Alabama.
SEC championship. Then we got drugged by Alabama.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
it was bad.
And Alabama had skill guys on the outside that beat
I
Georgia's
tend to forget it
secondary.
too. So I just
Beat Georgia's secondary on one-on-one because Georgia's defense like to play man coverage. How you beat Georgia is you make plays on the outside with your skill guys and make big plays down the field. And I think Ohio State is clearly this is the best wide receiving record. Wide receiving
record.
you can't trust
Why-
a ginger.
wide receiving core that Georgia will play all year, and it's not even close. So, for some reason, Ohio State's sneaking in here, kind of like Alabama did a couple years ago, sneaking into the playoff. They're going to win this game. Nobody says they got a chance. They just got embarrassed at home by Michigan the last time we saw them. They got something to prove, and it's going to be close. Don't get me
They're
wrong.
going to prove they don't belong.
They're gonna beat Georgia in this game. They're gonna beat them because of their skill guys.
You're an idiot.
And if they just can give C.J. Stroud some time to throw the
But
ball,
they're not though. Have you seen that offensive line? That's where we've won every game. We've won the line all the time.
Calm down.
I'm telling
He's
you,
right though.
He's
Calm
like,
down.
oh,
Let me make this
If
argument.
we can give him
Well,
some
well,
time.
I'm not done.
Stroud's not
I'm
gonna have
almost done.
any time.
C.J. Stroud, they give him time.
Trash.
They'll figure out ways.
The
of
man's gonna
doing
piss
a
himself by the
ton of-
first quarter.
He's a 5-star quarterback at Ohio State. He's not a terrible.
Yeah, DJ was a
football player.
5-star at fucking Clemson too.
Fuck off. They give him time. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Clemson, all right.
will.
Denver's winning 24-9. Go
I
Broncos.
don't care.
Brett
They
Rippin.
will find a way to win this game. Be close. 31-28. Give me the Buckeyes. I got $20 on it. So, Buckeye Nation, don't let me down. What happened to that?
Hey, shit happens. Since I'm the shit on who it happens
Hey,
to.
it's your turn.
It is my turn, and Georgia's going to win by 476.2.
What?
It's not going to be close. And
You lost to me?
Yeah.
as David was saying, Georgia wins the line of scrimmage. All right, so Georgia's got a better offensive line, and they've got a better defensive line than Ohio State. All right, so they're already better where it matters most. Then you look at quarterback. Yeah, C.J. Stroud may be a more talented quarterback than anybody Georgia has on their roster, but it doesn't matter when you've got the coaching scheme that Georgia has, the defense that Georgia has, the ability to run the football that Georgia has, and the offensive line that Georgia has. You know? So there's just, in my opinion, Ohio State, on paper, should be the best team in the country every year with Alabama. It should be Alabama number one and Ohio State 1A. They should be, based on their talent, based on their roster. But it seems like Ryan Day, since he's got there, since Urban Meyer wanted to go fuck bitches and
Steal money from Jacksonville.
yeah, do all that random shit that he was doing. Ryan Day's underperformed at Ohio State. And I think that continues. I don't think they're coached well enough to win this game. I don't think they have a good enough running game to win this game. I don't think they have a good enough defense to win this game. Their quarterback would be the only position that I think they have an advantage, and I don't think that that's a big enough advantage.
Wide receiving core?
The receiving core is good.
The best in the country.
Marvin Harrison Jr. may be the best receiver in the country. I'm not saying that he's not. But Njigba's not playing, which, like you said, he hadn't played all year. But Georgia's got him beat at tight end. Georgia's got him beat at running back.
Yeah, Georgia's got everybody beat tight end.
And Georgia's receiving core is, maybe, while it might not be as good as Ohio State, it is still very good.
And the reason for that is because you have to almost double cover Washington and Bauer, and then you got McConkey just kind of sprinting around the backside. So I mean, that's what made them good, was because they have so much attention on the tight ends. I think.
Which I don't think. I think if Georgia ran the ball literally every play, they would still win. I don't think they have to throw the ball one time to win this game. I think.
Well, they'd stack the box.
I think Georgia's defense is good enough to.
It's not last year's defense.
I think their defense is good enough to fucking blank Ohio State.
No, definitely not.
Wrong.
Championship. So you got Georgia and Michigan.
I've got Georgia and Michigan.
It's just the
I
correct
got Ohio
matchup.
State and Michigan.
It's false.
It's false.
Yeah, your matchup's false. So,
You don't know that.
I 100% do.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be a good game if it ends up being Michigan and Georgia, but Georgia's going back to back for sure. I think on this one, and it's solely because we play time clock management. We keep other teams' defenses out of the field as long as possible, and that's a statement that has come out of Stetson's mouth. I mean, he's 30 years old. He should know the game better than anybody. So he keeps the offense out on the field, short passes, 10-minute drives. He does the same thing that most quarterbacks do in a minute and a half. He does it in 10 minutes. Keeps the defense out on the field. I think it's a time clock management game. I think we win and easily. I'm at 2 touchdowns.
Okay. Well, I got the game is my prediction. I think it's going to end up close to what it was the first time. I think Michigan will win the national championship. Jim Harbaugh will get his elusive national championship, beating the rival, Ohio State. I think it'll be a little closer this time. But when you have a disparity that big, unless somebody gets hurt on Michigan, on like a key defensive player, or their running back gets hurt, the backup running back gets hurt or whatever, I don't see Ohio State making up that ground to beat Michigan this time. But it will be closer, be lower scoring, but I think McCarthy will make enough plays down the field to win the game for Michigan. I got Michigan winning the national championship against Ohio State, 31-21.
If the kid's an idiot, it's gonna be Georgia, and I hate it because I hate Georgia. Fuck them. But Georgia's the best team in the country. I said at the beginning of the year, I said sitting in your fucking garage, Georgia was the best team in the country.
I don't recall.
I do. Georgia is the best team in the country. They have been since fucking day one. They are going to beat no matter who they play. They could play Clemson. They could play Ohio State. They could play TCU. They could play Michigan. They could play South Carolina. They could play Notre Dame. It doesn't matter. They're going to beat them. They're the best team in the country. They can run the football. They stop everybody. Their offensive line might be the best offensive line in the country. Their defensive line is top 5. And they have that championship know-how. All right, Michigan has not been there anytime here recently.
Last year.
They don't win it.
No, they got blown out by Georgia.
They don't have winning experience, is what I'm saying. Ohio State. When's the last time they won it?
14.
14. It's been fucking 10
They were in
years.
the championship game, though, in 20.
Yeah, got fucking waxed. Georgia is gonna come out. They're going to beat the dog shit
They
out
can
of
come
TCU.
out, but they're not going to be in the game, so it's not really not going to matter. They can come out, the whole team fucking come out there. They'll be watching the fucking sidelines.
You're
I
an
don't give a
idiot. They're
shit.
going to beat everybody. They could beat, like I said, they could beat TCU. They could beat Ohio State.
Grandpa Bennett's going to get another one.
Listen, Georgia's the best team in the country. They win big both games. I don't think either game will be close.
Okay.
Well, this was just as aggravating as long as I remember.
More aggravating. Instead of one alcoholic, you got 2 alcoholics now. You got to deal with. Oh, shit. Well.
And you got 2 better teams against that. So.
What?
Yeah, you got the worst team at the table. That's wild.
Oh, man.
It's been a while since that happened.
Just suck it in and enjoy the ride, ladies and gentlemen.
Suck it in.
Get used to it.
You like
Suck
sucking it.
Soak it, sir.
Suck it in.
Go Cox!
Well, we might do this again. Who knows?
Oh, I think a 5-minute
Down the
video
road.
of telling him he was wrong in the championship game would be a great video.
Huh?
So I think a 5-minute short video of telling you were wrong in the championship.
I'm never wrong. I'm always right.
You're wrong about the Carolina Clemson game.
I heard that man.
You're going to be wrong about the Clemson
Hey, I heard-
game and the South Carolina
I heard you
game.
cry after losing against
He
South
did.
Carolina.
He's a little pussy bitch.
Where'd you hear that from?
Your wife.
Of course. Open her big
So I
fat
know.
mouth.
I know that's true. It's okay.
Well, I wasn't crying for that reason.
Oh, it was because nobody was your friend.
No, it wasn't that either. It was something else. Anyways,
But dick fell off.
anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, the Sports Craze
You
reunion.
probably didn't.
Probably not.
You probably skipped to the end.
Probably. See if there's a punishment, which we're about to punish Riley right now. David, hold him down. I'm gonna pour hot water on him.
No, we're gonna turn this into a Brazzers video. Come here.
Yeah. That ain't no punishment.
Peace.
Oh,
Dogs
shit.
back to back.
See
It's
y'all.
been fun, but it ain't been real fun. Fuck Clemson.